Welcome. My name is Hannah. I'm an intuitive healer for celebrities. If you don't know me, welcome to my live stream. If you're watching me on YouTube, welcome. If this is the first time that you're joining me live, please say hi and let me know. Hey, beautifuls. Got an important message to share today. Just going to share this and I shall be present with you. Would love to know how you're feeling. Hey Heather. Hey Karen. It's just started storming again here on the coast. Hey everybody. Thanks for the likes and the love hearts. All right. Okay. So, hey Michelle, been thinking of you, been meaning to contact you. Hey Benjamin, hey Heather, totally okay, for sure. All right, welcome everybody. Hey Cass, you sure did, palindrome that is. All right, so I'm curious how you're all feeling because the full moon's knocked a few people around, the super full moon, people feeling tired, wiped. Some people are really lost, like it just feels like they're like, what am I doing? Thought everything was working out and now it's kind of like all fallen in a heap and everybody's questioning what they're doing. And so if you're in that space, know that you're not alone. And if you are feeling like that, it's, when that happens, it's, you're a basket case at the moment. Okay, yeah. Yes, a lot of people are feeling that way. And there's a couple of things there that if you are in that space, yes, you're recalibrating. So, like, I just got the message, I don't know, was it in the past 24 hours, like, intuitively that, with, at the end of August this year, we had that powerful eclipse. Hey, Carrie. So just kind of, if you are going through a lot right now, just, think back to what was happening at the end of August and just check in if, there was similar things, going on back then as there was, now. Similar themes, that sort of thing. Hey, Erin. Welcome, everybody. So that's one thing, because with, like this super full moon that we've just had, it's been really significant because there is a final kind of clearing out of this entire 2017. There was some significance about the planetary lineup that was, really shifting, and it was like energetically closing, what has been for this year. So if you're in that space, know that, you're just kind of like shifting that out. And recalibrating. And the other part about that is that when we raise our vibration, our physical body goes, say if you're doing inner personal development work of some shape or form, or you're creating, a new direction in your life, or you're moving forward in some way, and making changes, that, every little change you make, even if it's just cleaning out a closet in your house or something like that, it creates an energy shift. And, especially when you're doing the interpersonal work as well, it creates an energy shift in your energy body. And then your physical body needs to catch up to that. So, if you get tired, or if you, get sick after you've done an energetic healing of some form, then, it's this, your physical body needs to catch up. So, self-care to the max, to really, like recalibrate and allow your physical body that chance to catch up to your new vibration. Yes, there's nothing wrong with you. There's nothing bad about it. But as I always say, if anything's going on, then, 3 days of radical self-care before you make any decisions or think too much about it. Yeah. Good riddance 2017, it's been the worst year ever. A lot of people have, been like that. So Aurora says, so tired, but I think it's affected me more intensely before on the Thursday, yeah. Made a lot of big decisions, felt pretty good now. Awesome. Yeah, thanks for saying that or sharing that, Aurora, because, sorry, just putting the comments up here. Because, when we are in that kind of indecisive, stuck place as well, that will create a tiredness, especially when we know we need to make a certain decision and we're, holding back from that too. yeah, so lots of loss and trauma. And you know, I just really want to speak to that, because for me personally, like, I used to be in that space all the time. I so know what it's like. Maybe it's why I can relate to a lot of you guys when you're going through, you know, heartache or whatever's going on. Like, you know, I've been through a lot. I've been through the ringer. And hey, Michael. And for me personally, like, something has really shifted in the past 3 months especially, and I haven't been knocked by anything much at all. Yes, there's been knocks, but definitely not as much as ever before, which I'm really proud of about myself for. And I guess that's why I teach what I do in Trusted Intuition, because it gets you to that place where nothing really knocks you anymore. You still have human emotions, you still go through the cycles, but the key thing that I want to say right now is that what I am seeing right now, right, what I am seeing is that in 2017, like, there's been a lot of people stepping up. So a lot of people are stepping up, and finally, you know, it's kind of like, when does enough get enough, right? And it's that point of like, okay, this is enough, ready to do this, no matter how hard it is. And, you know, when people step up, the next kind of wave come through and they're ready to step up too. It's like, you know, once you're awake, you can't go back to sleep. So in that awake state, it's a continual, you know, evolving and a continual awake, and you become more awake and you become more awake, right? But in that, it's like the sense of, I guess what I'm seeing is, I don't know, something shifted in me, and I'm seeing, you know, like, and I've been in a very almost different reality, different realm. And it's interesting because I've been consciously creating this too. Yeah, I've been consistently journaling, I've been consistently working on my mindset and really stepping into, you know, who I want to be. And that's who I am now. And I'm seeing a lot of people awaken, and in that awakening, it can feel like a loss. It can feel like a recalibration, a loss of identity, like you don't know who you are anymore. And, you know, it's kind of like everything you knew and everything that was stable is not anymore. And you're just in this like, oh my God, what is going on? And how come I'm feeling this way? And, you know, it's just, it's not a nice feeling, trust me, because I've been there. However, I really want to say to you that, you know, if you're feeling that way, trust that you are fully recalibrating. If you haven't got my Recalibrating Your Internal Compass meditation, I highly recommend you get that. It's free. You can download that. It will help to reset your energy. It will help to guide you, help to clear your energy, like your chakras, plus recalibrating your own internal compass. Because when you are awake and you're going down a path that isn't right for you anymore, you will be stopped, right? You will get to a point where something's not working, and if you continue down that path, you're going to get sick and you're going to, you know, try and go unconscious, but you kind of just can't, right? So it's like, you know, and then when everything, you know, the saying, it's like, you know, when things seem like they're falling apart, they're actually falling into place. Yeah, it's not a nice feeling, but that's the reality of it, that, you know, we do recalibrate to stay on our soul's path, to stay on our higher path, to complete our life purpose, right? Let me just see these comments that was here. So 2017 was crazy, but I've grown so much. Yeah, really huge. So the other thing I wanted to say to that is that last year, 2016, was the end of a 9-year cycle. So there was a lot of clearing out of the past 9 years, yet it seems like 2017 has been like the final, like, threads, like, get off me. You know, it's just like, okay, the past, like, let's clear that out. You know, can shake that off right now as I'm talking to you. And, you know, like the spider web, and I spoke a lot about the spider web theory at the end of last year. I remember very clearly that, you know, when you, so it's like your life is like a spider web, or life is like a spider web. And when you shift in vibration and consciousness and awareness, then, you know, you move up, say, for example, right? And so this spider web moves up, right? However, the things that are not in alignment anymore, like, kind of break. You know, if you can imagine the spider web breaking at certain points, it'll go point, like, pull, and then it'll just ping, and, you know, and then it's kind of like, oh, and there's like a recalibration, and then, you know, you're creating a new life up here, right? Some people will come with you, some people won't, and that's where it's like up to you to really have that strong sense of self to be able to consciously manifest what you want, and, you know, recalibrate in the way you want, right? So when you're in this space of like feeling at a loss and you're like, what is actually going on here? And I thought I dealt with this. Plus, by the way, it is Mercury retrograde right now. So there's 3 weeks of, like reviewing the past. Old relationships might come up, having dreams about past relationships or, that sort of thing. It's like they're the threads that need to be cut or repaired or, attended to, because they're still in your consciousness, in your energy field, that are, I wouldn't say holding you back, but it's a choice whether they're going to come with you or not, right? Thanks, Cass, a great analogy. So I just saw another comment here. Thank you, Recalibrating meditation. Yeah, I put the link in the comments there for the Recalibrating meditation. That's a free one there. So you lost yourself completely, maybe losing it to be a new me to come through, who bloody knows. Yeah, definitely. It is that, when we lose ourselves, like we can go in a direction, that's what I was saying, when we go in a direction, and it's kind of like, we can feel that it's off path too, but we kind of can't stop ourselves at the same time. And then it gets to a point where we just get woken up and, we've got a choice whether we want to stay on the planet or not. And if we choose to stay, then it can be rough for a while until we get back on our feet. Now there's a big topic here. So I've done a live stream before on the truth about suicide, so I'll post that link in the comments too, if you didn't watch that. And the reason that I'm talking about this is because even if we are trying to go unawake, right? Because when we wake up, let's face it, it's not that pleasant all the time. Like there's a lot of shit that we have to kind of work through, and it doesn't feel good, right? Especially if we're kind of going off path and really, it's not nice. And basically what we're doing there is just not listening to ourselves, right? If we trusted ourselves and our light, then we would, be on path. Yeah. Let me just grab this while I'm thinking about it. And the reason, it's the topic of my live stream today that I wanted to share is the 3, most important reasons to feel or not act, right? Let me just grab this. Yeah. Because here it is in a sense of, so like when we awaken, right? When we awaken, and and then we'll be going, it can be all great, and then something will happen, and because we're empaths and we feel everything, if we're not clear in our energy, if we don't look after ourselves, if we don't do all these things that keep us here, right, keep us present, keep us balanced, keep us whatever you want to call it, then we're going to take on all this energy, and because we feel so much, then it gets to a point where we kind of block it out, and it's too much. And the most important reason to feel and not act is because we are empaths and we feel stuff all the time. That, okay, write this down. If you've got a pen and paper in front of you, write this down. Really, really important. 99% of what you feel and think is not yours. I'm going to write it in the comments for you. Let me write it down. 99% of what? Okay. 99% of what you think and feel is not yours. Hey, I see all you people joining me. Welcome. So, who knows? Is that really real? I don't know. However, I am really pointing this out because if you think about it, right, if you resonate with being an empath or a light worker or a healer, what happens, right, is that we feel everything, right? We feel everything. So, and I share this all the time, but obviously it's very important here that when if you think about it, that, okay, so say the energy moves through your body, right? So there's energy flying around the place all the time, right? Connected through cords, connected through anything, right? Somebody starts thinking about you, start feeling that, you start thinking about them. But the thing is, right, when you feel something, it'll come into your body, right? Come into your aura, come into your energy field, it'll feel you, right? Now, because it's not yours, it sits there, but your mind is trying to figure out what that feeling is. Now, because it's not yours to process, okay? So what your mind does is it goes back through the memory bank from this lifetime, from previous lifetimes, and it goes, oh, that's something similar to this, and I'm going to attach this memory to this, and then we kind of hold on to that, and then it kind of grows, and we're like, oh yeah, well, this is going on for me right now, blah, 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 oh, I need to work through this, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, you know, in that space, when you can be conscious that 99% of the stuff you feel is not yours, then it frees your energy up. And this is why it's really important to, you know, be really, you know, disciplined in your energy practices, in your self-care, in, you know, in all the things that I teach you, basically, so that you are very clear that, you know, when something comes in, it's kind of not yours. So the three most important things to feel and not act is that reason that, you know, if something comes in, you're like, oh, I'm feeling like this, right? And it's like, I share it in a sense of, you know, like when we meditate, we're training ourselves to be the observer of our thoughts. So our thoughts never stop, you know, like they can slow down a bit over practice and with time. But, you know, with our thoughts, you know, meditation's purpose is to become the observer of the thoughts, yeah? What I'm teaching you here is to feel but not act. So allow the feelings to come in and out, but don't act. Become the observer of your feelings. Not about detaching, pushing away, and disconnecting from them. Very, very opposite, actually. Allowing yourself to completely consciously feel them, but do not attach to any of them. Now, how will you know if it's your stuff or somebody else's stuff, and whether you need to process it or whether it's actually somebody else's stuff? There's two little things here, right? So I love my mantra that came to me ages ago and really helps to pull me out really quickly is very simple. It's not mine. It's not mine. It's not mine. It's not mine. It's not mine is a really quick way to, you know, kind of shift the energy and allow you, you know, to remember that 99% of what you think and feel is not yours. Yeah. And when you can do that, it actually gets you clear. Okay, well, what is mine, right? And when you do have those disciplined energy practices, well, then you can, you know, turn up really clearly and you get quicker and quicker and quicker at picking it up, whether it's yours or somebody else's. And, you know, and the other point to that is that when you need to process something for yourself, you will process it, right? It will be shown to you that it's yours. And this is where your trust in your higher self and your guides and all of that comes in. Now, the other point and the other factor to this, right, is the fact that if you've got energy comes in and out all the time, right, it's flying through the ethers all the time, and that's why it's really important to discipline your mind onto focusing on what you want, which creates feelings of what you want rather than what you don't want. So when something comes in and it does hit your field and it sits there, if you're feeling it and it's like a stuck feeling, that's usually a sign that it's sitting there because there's a resonance within you from something that has happened that you haven't dealt with that is resonating with that. It's the reason it attracts, right? So that's when you can kind of get in, you know, and with your tools, like all I teach in Trust Your Intuition and coming up, calling in your soulmate as well, is to be able to have that space where you can come in and go, okay, cool, I'm feeling this, you know, you clear that, okay, yeah, I'm feeling this as well, but actually I do have this sense of myself. Oh yeah, that's that memory. Okay, maybe there's a little bit more healing going on there that I need to focus on for myself. It's not about this person. It's not about that situation. It's usually something from your past. Like I said, with the spider web, it's these threads that are still, you know, just, right? It's like you're raising your vibration, you're doing all the work, and then these little things just hanging back here. Again, Mercury retrograde, if you're feeling lost, you know, right now, this is the perfect time to review the past, review what needs to shift, what needs to change. So always remember, if you're feeling lost and, you know, feeling dark and feeling like the emotions are so heavy, it's that sense, you know, like allow yourself to feel, but don't act on them. Anything that you need to act on, you will be shown, you will do it, right? But it's becoming the master, right? When you do this and practice is mastering your reality. It's mastering coming, you know, into who you really are and being clear about what's your energy, what's not your energy, yeah? And allowing that to flow. I'll just check these comments here. Okay. Okay. me know if you've got any questions. I'm just checking through these comments. Ah, yay. Yay, Erin. I knew it would happen. Come in your dreams. I knew that would happen. I've been healing through my dreams so much. Yeah, dreams really potent in the recently. For the last 2 weeks or so, some dreams have scared me and some have just been plain weird. But I know that I'm just recalibrating and letting go so much. Yeah. And over time you'll become more, I don't know what's the word. You'll become better at deciphering your dreams too. So, and also what's coming to mind, is when we have dreams, it's kind of not about the details so much. Sometimes it can be when you get more, better at deciphering your dreams. But in the start, it's about how you feel in the dreams, is to, what's going on in your situation right now. So, Erin, yeah. So hugs to that, Erin. I'm so glad he came. I knew he'd come visit you. So Carol says, I was in church on Saturday night and the message I got was stay awake, let your light shine, but I'm feeling like screaming this month. Yeah. And, and it gets to that point where we've had enough. Like that's what I was saying before, like it gets to a point where we've literally had enough. And, it's like, we don't want to be here anymore. It's like this stay awake, but it's like that, it's like when we hit up against that brick wall enough, it gets to that point where like, right, you get willing to do whatever it takes, yeah? So, and the screaming's good. It's, there can be a period of like knowing that you're here for a reason, but not knowing exactly what that is, and, feeling frustrated at what you see in the world. There's that level of awakening there. It's just like, oh, what am I supposed to do? And then you feel helpless and powerless at what to do. And it's more about, really, bringing into yourself of, focusing on what you do want in the world and asking your intuition and your higher self to guide you in, your life purpose, in what you're here for, and, whatever you're really feeling a bit about in the world. Like, some people, I guess, what's the word? Like if you want to help starving people in the world, or slaves, or whatever it is that you're seeing in your reality that really irks you, or environmental stuff, like pay attention to those, because they're little snippets that, help you in your life purpose to actually create what you do want to help that situation. So yeah, but that part of that, that screaming is just kind of like, had enough, like, get out of here, like, want to do something, like, it's just like, how much awake can we do, right? So Michelle says, yes, Hannah, so many parts of ourselves can be split when we are recalibrating. 100%. Feel not to act to ensure that we are offering love to all our parts. Yeah, definitely. Like just, knowing that when we are in that lost space, it's just like we've just been shattered almost, right? And the recalibrating, that's why I've got the recalibrating your internal compass meditation and the recalling your energy meditation, the two free meditations that I offer for that very fucking reason, because they're the first two things that we need to do to start bringing back into ourselves, recalibrate our internal compass and recall all our energy back in, so that we can, come back into ourselves and then go, okay, cool, now what's the next step, right? It's a bit hard to create things in the world and do what we're meant to do when we're just split out everywhere, yeah? Okay. So yeah, so that 99% of what you think and feel is not yours. It really helps you to come into that space of being the observer, and you reclaim your power when you do that, right? Because you become super clear that you become the observer. So if you have that, it's like 99% of what you feel is not yours. In your head, it's not mine, it's not mine, it's not mine. Whatever is yours will be shown to you. Like, trust that, right? But when you can do that, it releases so much from you, in a sense of like, oh, like, because we carry so much, especially as light workers, healers, we want to help the planet, we want to help people, like there's all that. And when we can, realize that we're just feeling so much, we're feeling the earth's energy, we're feeling the sun, we're feeling next door neighbors, we're feeling all this stuff. When we can let go that actually most of it's not ours, it does allow us to take a breath more. I just saw your comment. Yeah, so Leah, so best way, or Leah, or Leanne, Best way to tell if the anxiety off the chart I've been getting lately is mine or others. Yeah, it's not mine, it's not mine. My article, The Truth About Anxiety, I really feel that anxiety comes from, yes, it comes from a fear of not being able to trust or control the future, but I also feel like anxiety is just so much energy of everybody else is in your chest, in your heart, and you're just trying to help everybody on that subconscious level, but you're just taking everything on. So especially, you know, if it's especially like off the chart and through the roof, you're just taking on everybody's energy. And as I was saying before, like, you know, when the energy comes along and then we feel it, and then our mind tries to process it, but it's not ours, so our mind will attach some memory of our past onto that, and that's when we hang on to it, and then another one comes in and we hang on to it, and we hang on to it, and we hang on to it, and we've got all this stuff in our heart and energy field, especially heart because it's clairsentience, that's where we feel. When it's there, it's not ours to process, right? It's not ours to process. Any other person's, it's not our responsibility to process stuff for them, right? So stepping out of the people pleaser role, and, you know, like, we want to help the world because we're earth angels and we're here to make a purpose and all that sort of thing. But it's learning to master your gift rather than your gift overtaking you. But yes, anxiety is definitely, you know, taking on too many people's stuff. So the chakra clearing, let me grab my Truth About Anxiety article. I wrote an article about it, and then how you can heal it as well. I'll just pop that in the comments for you, and I'll just double check these comments. It's very deep. Not mine, not mine, not mine. Yeah, and you instantly feel better. Exactly, because it's like I said, it's our mind always tries to analyze every single feeling that we're feeling all the time, because that's what our mind does. And when we can train our brain to stay here rather than here, then we consciously step into feeling, we consciously step into compassion. It's like we might become clear that that energy is coming from such and such a person because they're grieving, you know, and we want to help them. But all what we can do is just expand our heart and go, oh yeah, they're feeling really sad. Well, you know, I have compassion for them. And, you know, the biggest thing about helping somebody is seeing that person, or imagining that person connected to their own higher source. You're connected to your intuition and your angels and your guides and your universe, whatever you want to call it. That person is too. They're just probably not as conscious of it as you, and they energetically reach out to you because they know that you can help them in whatever way, shape or form. And then, you know, if you are not conscious of your energy in that way, then we do, like, we want to give them our energy or whatever it is subconsciously, right? But then we also take on their stuff. So when you can, you know, the best form of protection is, one, being grounded in your body, being very aware of what's your energy and what's somebody else's energy. The best form of protection and not taking on anybody else's stuff is by seeing that person connected to their own source, because it releases your responsibility and you can step back and go, okay, well, everybody's connected to their own source. Whether they're conscious of it or not is another question, and that's up to them to awaken. If they come and ask me for help, maybe I can guide them, but I don't need to do that subconsciously, and, you know, because that's how you will take on other people's stuff. Okay. You wish your guides would help you. Your mind is so messed up. I'm wondering if you've been getting counselling, Erin, because having a partner who has committed suicide, I would highly recommend you get counselling. You know, whether it's myself or, you know, you can go to your doctor and, you know, ask them to refer you, because all doctors should provide that all around the world. So yeah, you need to get counselling for sure. Like, reach out for help if you're not getting some sort of support, like one-on-one stuff. I really recommend you to do that, because your guides are there, and, you know, this is the way they also speak to you, because sometimes it's all good to have spiritual support. Like, we all need that conscious connection to the spiritual support. However, we are physical beings as well as spiritual beings, so it's a two-way street. We need to act in the physical world and get physical help as well as obviously meditating and learning about the spiritual stuff. So that's my strong message for you, probably coming through from guides, to reach out for some sort of physical in-person counselling support for yourself, Erin. So definitely, like, send me a message if you want more information about that. But yeah, I'd be strongly recommending that for you too. I'm not on that note. I'm off to do something to take another step towards my path. Yep, you're very welcome, Tabitha. Well done. I made a visualization board to keep me focused on my goals for the month. Yay, Aurora. Very, very powerful thing to do. You're welcome, Aaron. Okay, Aurora, try writing every day. I am. So it's like you have the dream going on now. Note to myself too. Yeah, and visualizing's awesome. Like, I had many vision boards back in the day. I don't usually... Yay, yeah, awesome. Just wanted to double check that, make sure you've got that too, Aaron. Really important, because that'll help to clear out the physical stuff there. But also, you know, when you're saying, you know, I wish your guides would help you, like, they are helping you, even if you're not consciously feeling that, or, you know, like, they are around you. And, you know, it's just about, you know, as soon as you start clearing out that emotional stuff and, you know, being okay that you're in the grief cycle right now and allowing that, then that's, you know, that will eventually come back. You know, when we're in grief, when we're full of emotions, you know, it's hard to hear our guidance. So I was just going to say something there too. Might come back to me. Oh, so, okay, so the best thing to do, you know, like, feel but don't act, right? Why? Because when, you know, like, you can consciously stay in your heart, and it is a practice, it is a discipline, you know, you can journal about it, you know, like, I am learning to stay in my heart more. I'm choosing to listen to my heart over my mind. My heart chakra, my heart muscle is becoming stronger every single day. The more I listen to my heart, the stronger it is, and the more I can feel it. You know, like, those sort of things. Probably I trust my heart over my mind as well. I'm learning to consciously feel, you know, and the thing about allowing yourself to stay in your heart is that you can feel, and the allowance, right? So feel but don't act. It's like, you know, when everything is moving through you all the time, the things that you're meant to act on will feel really right? And it's when we get caught and all these things get caught, and then we attach memories to them and all that sort of thing, that's when we get bogged down. That's when we get heavy. That's when we, you know, that's when everything falls apart, because actually it's not all ours, and that's when we have to recalibrate back to ourselves, right? So to stop that happening all the time, get really clear in yourself. Be the conscious feeler, so that you can, you know, allow things to move through you rather than attaching to them and having to go into the darkness to break out every single time, right? Nice analogy there. I didn't know that one just came through. Okay. So anxiety, spoke to that. Okay, Tabitha needs to journal more. Yeah. Yeah, you focus on journaling. Okay, I've been having extreme anxiety every day for months with no medication or relief. So you haven't been taking medication? If that's what I'm understanding. So yeah, so that, you know, if you... the internal compass meditation, like, there's a chakra clearing. There's actually 2 free meditations in that email when you enter your email to get that. There's like, the internal compass chakra clearing meditation will help to like, clear out your chakras but also nourish you. So, you know, like I said, the anxiety is just, you know, all this energy that's flowing through us all the time, that's getting stuck in your aura, and, you know, we can't breathe, right? It's literally can't breathe because it's all in this stuff in our heart and, you know, energy field, and we can't, you know, like, it's not ours to process. So of course it's going to weigh us down. We're not going to be able to hear our spirit guides, our intuition, you know, and it's like, literally we can't breathe. Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, and it is tiring, pushing away, you know, energy and stuff. So it's better to get into that space of allowing yourself to feel it all without attaching your mind to the feelings, yeah? Like, you know, the stories will go and go and go and go and go and go. You know, oh, it's this and it's that, and I've got to do this to fix it, and I've got to do that to heal it, and I've got to do that and that and that and that. It's like, drop into here. Become the observer of not only the feelings, but of the stories your mind is telling you about the feeling. If you don't meditate regularly, this is your sign. You need to meditate regularly. Do commit to 10 minutes a day either before you go to bed or as soon as you wake up in the morning, and you set a timer on your phone so you don't have to worry about it, and you just sit there and you just breathe. Consciously breathe, right? Yoga taught me how to meditate in the very start. I could never sit there and meditate, but when I started going to yoga classes regularly, that taught me how to meditate. But, you know, if you struggle to, you know, be more consistent with it, Erin. So, you know, even if you commit to Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday nights, they're your meditating nights, do that for a month. Do not miss them, right? Yeah, so that's the thing, because it's the brain training that comes in, you know. It's a training, right? It's a discipline and a training. Just going to check on seeing these comments. Okay. Advice on going on feeling when at the moment being under still the act. Feel so in mental self. Exercise. Yoga, get you in your physical body. So as I was just saying, there's probably just leading on to that, Tabitha. So yeah, because when we're trying to figure stuff out, we're not in our body because it's too much pain. We don't want to feel the pain. We don't want to feel the hurt. Yeah? And when we're not comfortable with feeling hurt and pain, that's when we will attach as well and take on everybody's stuff because we don't know, because we're in here rather than here in our heart. There's a blockage, yeah? So yeah, awesome. Yeah, if you have that, you know, stick to Tuesday and Thursday or Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, like whatever the days are, they're non-negotiable. They're like how you take a shower every day. Like, you know, like there's not very often that you miss a day having a shower or brushing your teeth, right? Because it feels gross. So, you know, choose days that you stick to for meditation, and then any other days that you want to as well, of course, add into that, but stick to them. Don't miss them. Yeah. Yeah, so don't try and relax, Erin. It's not about trying to relax, right? Just focus on the meditation. They're guided for a reason because it's starting to train the brain. But for you, Tabitha, and Aurora too, but definitely Tabitha and Erin, like you're too much in here. And when we're too much in here, you know, even meditating's kind of not the best thing to do, but getting out in nature and walking, you know, whatever exercise is right for you. It could be yoga, could be going to the gym, could be going for a run, could be going for a walk. Either like tune into what exercise is right for you. But when we're, you know, going through so much, you know, exercise releases, I don't know, is it dopamine or whatever the brain chemicals are, especially being in nature as well. It helps to reset our energy field. So if you struggle to meditate, get out in nature, make that your meditation, right? Be in nature, you know, move your physical body because that's going to move the energy plus clear yourself. You can use the sunlight to imagine the sunlight clearing your energy field. You should be doing, you know, you're in the shower, you should be cleaning your energy anyway. Imagine the white light through the shower coming down, and you know that should be a daily practice. Yeah. What's SMH? What's that? Okay, going therapy. Okay, Benjamin says, I think once you raise in vibration, you become more and more aware of your guides. Yeah, when we're full of emotional stuff, we can't hear our intuition clearly. And you know, and the best, like I say, the best form of protection, like energy protection, is being in your body. And you know, exercise is the most perfect thing to get you in your body. Yeah. Sometimes we can do so much spiritual work and we can get so much in the spiritual world that we forget about the physical world and our physical body, right? So really allowing yourself, oh, shaking your head. Okay, shaking my head. So, you know, if you feel like you're just going crazy, like you're like, oh, this and that and this and that, and you like, it's like, oh, this is, right? Go outside, get exercise, go for a walk, you know, a power walk, like, you know, get your physical body moving. Personally, I like going to the gym because the weights actually, you know, yes, they make you stronger. You can go and ask, you know, your local gym to get, you know, explain the gym to you and get help. To be able to feel confident going to the gym. I was never confident when I first started going to the gym, but I booked in for some sessions and then she gave me a chart that I can follow every time I go to the gym now, and I just update that chart every so when I feel it. But having that, it's, you know, basic self-care is, you know, the first of it. So I'll just check these comments. Be the conscious feeler. Yeah, definitely. Okay, yeah, Erin, so I just answered that question. How can I fight my mental illness and raise my vibration? I'm always stuck in my head like my own worst enemy. So yeah, so don't even think about it. Don't try and raise your vibration. What you really need to be focusing on right now is self-care. Basic self-care. When you're having a shower, be really conscious of having a shower. When you're brushing your teeth, be very conscious of brushing your teeth. Exercise is like your priority every single day. Walk for 30 minutes every single day. Be outside in nature for 30 minutes every single day, right? Again, whatever form of exercise is important or what you feel intuitively called to do, trust that in yourself, but make that your meditation. Forget the spiritual stuff. Forget connecting to your guides. Forget about it for now. You need to focus on the physical body because you're too far up in here and very disconnected from the physical body, right? So same with you, Tabitha. That's what I'd be recommending for you. Move your physical body. Remember your feet as you're walking, right? Wear red socks, right? Massage your feet, as your meditation, because right now it's important that you get into your body, yeah? And then as you start doing that, then you will, start coming more into your body and you will start feeling more connected, because the reason that you don't feel connected to your guides is because you're living up here, probably not even in your body. Your soul's up here, and that's why you're just going crazy in your head because you're not in your body. So it's really concentrating about getting in your body and on this physical earth. So, building sandcastles, right? Might seem like kids play, but it's actually like getting your hands in the earth, right? Gardening, being outside in nature, like really connecting in, but being conscious of your feet on the earth, for 30 minutes every day. Stand on the soil and be conscious of, imagine roots from your feet going down, or just feel what it feels like to have the soil between your toes, yeah, your physical body, yeah. Aquel, you're lost. Have you just joined my live stream, Aquel? Been speaking lots about lost the entire live stream. I was just going to say probably better off re-watching, but if you have been watching, just let me know so I can guide you there. Okay, yeah, so when you say, Richie, I'm constantly trying to be positive during anxiety, too many odds keep pushing you into a spot. It can be tiring to, push against, that, and trying to be positive. So this is the thing, right? Trying to be positive when you're feeling something negative is more tiring, right? And this is where I'm saying about conscious feeling isn't about fighting what you're feeling. It isn't about trying to make the negative positive. It's about being 100% okay. This is what I wanted to say for the entire live stream. I finally got there. I forgot about that. That's what came in before. It's not about trying to make the negative positive. It's about being 100% okay that you're feeling really bad right now, that you're feeling anxious right now, that you're feeling so much stuff you don't know what to do right now, yeah? It's about being 100% okay with those feelings. Why? Because that is complete acceptance and allowance. What does that do? That allows it to go, rather than trying to block that river, that gushing river, right? You're trying to dam it up with positive thoughts. That's freaking tiring trying to hold that back. We'd be like, okay, I'm feeling really bad right now. I might need to take a bath, or I might need to go to bed earlier, or I might need extra self-care. This is what I'm talking about with, having 3 days of radical self-care before you do anything else, yeah? Yeah, exactly. You have tears. Okay, so this is the thing. When we feel these uncomfortable emotions, humans in normal society aren't comfortable with emotions. I'm here to change that, right? It's like, people don't want to feel sad, yeah? It's like, they see a baby crying. Oh, stop crying, right? It's like, or somebody's upset. Oh, you'll be fine. Let's go and do something. Like, forget about them. Like, just come on, just trying to block the flow, right? Conscious feeling means being okay with crying. It means that when you are feeling sad, the thing you do is feel how you're feeling, but you expand your heart chakra. Remember to expand your heart chakra to hold you with so much love and compassion into that thing. Yeah, cry now, right? Because this is what you need. Like there have been many times that I have cried my eyes out and howled like a baby in the fetus position on the floor during my spiritual journey. Why? And in that space, it's shifting energy out, it's getting into core wounds. And the more that you do it, the more you feel comfortable doing it. The more you do it, the more you clear out, And then eventually it doesn't happen so often because you come conscious, okay, I'm feeling sad right now, you know, and you might have a little cry and then you can move on because you allow it to come through. If you think that if you haven't cried for a long time in your life, there's going to be a bit of a backlog there, right? So allowing yourself to, you know, expand your heart and have that, especially on the full moon, especially when things look like they're falling apart. Let yourself to feel those emotions, because otherwise that anxiety and everything backs up because of that too, yeah? Heart chakra meditation is very effective. Yes, awesome. Yes, I've got a heart healing meditation too. Anything to do with the heart and releasing and clearing out stuff is awesome. Okay, I'm just checking these comments. Tree of mind growing in wrong directions. Yeah, okay, so be mindful of that, Richie. So tree of mind growing in wrong directions. I really like to release the wrongness thread, because it's more of a beating up. I made the wrong choice. Oh, that's wrong. Like, let's just release wrongness, right? If we are doing everything that feels right in every single moment in time, how can that be wrong? So wrongness comes from somebody else's judgment that we have taken on, because if we were supposed to make a different choice, we would have, because the choice that we made at that point in time felt right for us at that time. So we can release the guilt, we can release the wrongness, because it's just other people's opinions, right? Okay, yeah, I just quickly go through these comments to catch up there. Yeah, okay, so the other thing, I just saw you saying there about the crying, Erin, but I also see a comment saying there's always so much negative energy, have so much trouble trying to relax. That's what I'm saying to you, like, you know, don't focus on relaxing, right? So the thing about crying is that I teach this in my Trust Intuition course. It's, you know, scientifically studied that the tears actually release the stress hormone cortisol, right? If you think about how much of society is stressed and how much stress you've got on in your own life, finances, emotional, you know, securities, feeling safe, job, whatever it is, right? Is that the tears actually release the cortisol stress hormone. Like, that's what they release. It's like when we sweat and when we go to the toilet, our feces releases certain things from our body that are not supposed to be there. So imagine if you didn't go to the toilet for a long time, how much crap literally would be in you, but how much would make you feel in your body, right? Can imagine if you haven't let tears out for a long time, how much backlog there is and how much stress. There's a scientific study done that with two groups of people that were empathetically listened to. Okay, so adults were allowed to cry while being empathetically listened to, not told, it's, you know, not trying to fix it, not even, just simply listening, right? And then there was another group of adults who were doing exercise and physical, you know, stuff to get rid of their stress. And the brain waves were scientifically measured after the two groups, you know, were done. And the people who were empathetically listened to after they had a big cry, the brain waves were deeper than a meditative monk, like a Zen monk, right? So this is the power of being comfortable with your emotions and releasing the stress hormone cortisol from your body. Yes, exercise and all that is important, but if you haven't had a big cry for a long time and you've been holding a lot in, get comfortable with crying. Yeah, it's really, really important, because then after that you will feel more relaxed. You're like, oh, and your brain chemistry changes. Yeah. A good breathing technique, yep, definitely. So yoga is awesome to teach you that if you if you struggle with that. Helps you a lot when you meditate outside in nature. Definitely. Your breath will often connect with the breeze and the trees. Really powerful. Nature takes you out of your head. Yeah, it's awesome. Nature is amazing. Like, we're not supposed to be living in houses, right? We were born as tribes in, you know, I don't know, shacks or whatever. But do you know what I mean? Like, you know, the more time you can spend in nature, the better to reset all the, you know, frequencies like the EMFs and the Wi-Fi. I mean, you can't walk down the main street without being in Wi-Fi anymore, you know? So being out in nature at the beach or, you know, waterfalls or, you know, anywhere that's away from you know, housing or development is really awesome for a reset. You know, if you can do that regularly, really, really important. Okay. So Leanne, horrible sticking at meditation. Your brain hasn't learned to be still and it's serious work to make me focus. Yeah, so physical movement. So like I said, like I never could meditate before I did yoga 3 times a week regularly, and I did that for quite some time. It must have been 12 to 18 months. I was like solid, like yoga, nothing would stop me from doing my 3 times a week yoga, and that's what taught me how to meditate. So, you know, get into movement. But yeah, yoga's awesome. That's my personal recommendation anyway. Because it allows you to, the breath body connection, to allow you to, you know, train your brain and your breath with your physical body and have that connection. Yeah. Okay, so let me just check these comments. Love the way I act out feelings. You really are the best thing to happen to my life besides my son and my late fiance. Oh, thanks, Erin. A quell. Okay, I'm going to get back to you in a moment. I noticed when I meditated at the same time outside in the morning, my body would crave that every day. Discipline with a routine for meditating or yoga, both. Amazing, right? There's a difference between routine that can get so like bogged down and monotonous, and discipline. When we discipline ourselves, get into a routine for the things that are good for us, our body and soul will crave it, and it's important for us to listen to that. Yeah. Especially, you know, I've spoken about this before, but sunset and sunrise, especially sunrise, is that, you know, certain energies and frequencies on sunset and sunrise that can really tap us into, you know, our higher self and really connect into that. So yeah, if you do it at the same time every day, really, really powerful to get into that rhythm. Yeah. That's why I said, you know, 10 minutes minimum, 20 minutes is ideal. 10 minutes before you wake up, as soon as you've woken up or just before you go to bed, like get into that rhythm and routine. You'll be your different person, I guarantee it. Would crave that every day and give me a kind of gauge as to what I needed as my days. Exactly. Your days are drastically different. If I don't do the meditation in the morning, as I was doing it every day at the same time, I was also laying on the earth grounding. Yeah, really, really powerful. And that's the thing, if you're having trouble sleeping at night, you know, obviously everything I've spoken about, especially with crying or feelings, can wake you up because you've got feelings about a certain aspect of your life. But, you know, when the other thing about waking up at a certain time of night is that when you, like, if you're not meditating, then your spirit and your angels and, you know, your guides, your intuition can't give you the messages you need to get on path, right? So they'll wake you up in the night and you'll be thinking about all of these things that you got to do, or, you know, shift or whatever like that, because you're not making space during the day for that to receive those messages. So if you get into a regular meditating routine to consciously receive the messages, you usually stop waking up at night as well. Yeah. Okay, so Aurora started doing workouts at home because I'm tired of money. YouTube, there's so many free, you know, things again, so I love that, Aurora, and no excuses, exactly. 1 minute of plank, 1 minute of push-ups, 1 minute squats, things like that. Yeah, even just 30 push-ups, exactly, just something, exactly, get into something, yeah? Definitely awesome. All right, so you feel so lost about your kids' situation. Yeah, that's a big one. I'm not sure what your personal situation is now. Yeah, allow the tears. So I'm just wondering, I know you said yes there, Quell. I'm just wondering if you've been watching the entire live stream or not. And if you're getting counselling support as well, if you can just let me know those two things, Quell. So you have tears. You're so right. I need to pay more attention to my physical and mental health. Yeah. Your mental health will heal when you get physical, for sure. Got it, awesome. Never had that said before. Not sure what that was for, Tracy. I'm glad you got it. Hey, Jenny. Sorry, I did see you come live. Didn't acknowledge that, though. You constantly cry. Okay. Yeah, and that's the thing when you are connected to the earth rhythms and the cycles. No, you're not. Yeah, so highly recommend you see someone about that. So I'm not sure what your situation is. But if you, because it's got to do with your kids, you're getting counselling. Okay. You're not getting counselling, I think that's what you're saying. Then I'd highly recommend that, especially if it's got to do with your kids and obviously possibly a partner, ex-partner or something like that. Really important, you know, there's places like the domestic violence, women's counselling and stuff like that. Highly recommend, you know, because they service people going through those situations all the time. They are the best people to support you in that sense. Yes, I can definitely help you as well. But that would be the number one first thing I'd be recommending. So yeah, heart chakra meditation, definitely. Womb healing meditation is so powerful to do womb healing meditations. That's one of the ones in Calling in Your Soulmate. Calling in Your Soulmate is being released next week. So keep your eyes open for that. So you cry all the time. I've never cried myself to sleep until recently. Yeah, crying is so good. It heals so much. So the full moon is testing you. Yep, definitely is, you know, shining light on things, expanding and amplifying things. More meditation, yep, more grounding, more exercise, you know, really just, you know, amp up self-care. When you start to feel yourself, just recall your energy and focus back on yourself 3 days and then reassess the situation. John, I'm in Cali. You must be outside in the USA. I'm in Australia. So Marcus Rothkranz says, let everything go, most material possessions. Yep, it's definitely a way you can do that as well. Breathing is a big key, definitely. A positive something is better than a negative nothing. Yes. Okay, let's just see what else we have here. What does it do, the womb healing meditation? It heals back to childhood stuff, but not just that. It's, well, I guess I'm not sure which one you're talking about. The particular one that I created for Calling in Your Soulmate is going back into the womb of when you were a baby in the womb, and healing anything, you know, that you might have taken on from situations that were going on while you were in your mum's womb, and then, you know, generational ties that you've got going on, and then how you were born has a big impact on how you are in the world as well. So there's all those sort of things, you know, that we go through in the Healing Your Womb meditation. It does connect you into your children as well, because obviously you've got your womb, but it's like there's, you know, you in the womb, and then there's your own womb as well. So Calling in Your Soulmate is, yeah, calling in your soulmate, but it's mainly working on nourishing yourself, because it's based in the sacral chakra, it's based in the womb. Because if we're not feeling full and nourished in our womb, then we're not going to be able to attract the situations that we actually want, rather than, you know, we trying to fill the hole. So in the basis of Calling in Your Soulmate is to, you know, really work through the, you know, depths of healing all the holes, basically, so that you can be that full nourished person, you know, and allowing yourself to find your balance so that you can see clearly and nourish yourself clearly. And when you feel that full space, then you energetically attract other people who are full. Yeah, your relationships shift, and the first relationship comes within yourself. Yeah. All right, so I hope that I've answered everybody's questions. There's links that I've posted in there. I've got the Tuesday Tarot. The results would have just been released, so I've been on live stream. So if you haven't chosen your number today, you can scroll down on my feed and choose a number between 1 and 6. The results will be released when I jump off, or they're released now. You can go and check them out. You need to learn how to meditate. Yeah, so as I said, yoga taught me how to meditate. Definitely, because I struggled to do that in the start too. But yeah, yoga definitely taught me how to meditate. So that's what I would recommend. But you don't know what you need to feel. Yeah, so it's not I guess it's not about feeling anything in particular. You know, it's a practice. So the first time you meditate, it'll be like, oh my God, what am I sitting here for? What am I supposed to do? What am I, you know, your mind's just going, all these amazing things, right? But, you know, when you when you practice, again, it is a practice, it's a discipline. It's like honing into your intuition. They're muscles, right? So the more you do it, the stronger you become. So, and that's why I'm saying, you know, that 10 minutes minimum before bed or after bed, get into that routine and set the timer on your phone so you don't have to think about, oh, is it 10 minutes now? And it's just another distraction. So when you meditate frequently, right, on that consistent time. So obviously week 3 is going to be hardest when you've committed to that routine. Always keep that in mind too. But it slows down eventually, but it is a muscle and it takes time. So when you can sit there and go, okay, cool, yeah, that's right, my mind will be going everywhere. And if you can give your mind something to focus on, that's why guided meditations are good. But the other thing that yoga taught me how to meditate is because we have to focus on our breathing and our body. So it gets us in our body and the breath, yeah? So the inhale and the exhale. Okay, I'm going to take you through it right now. So a simple little technique when you're meditating. So breathing in and breathing out. So being conscious of your inhale and your exhale. Allowing your mind to focus on your breath, on your inhale and your exhale. If your mind starts to wander, just bring it back to your breath. I want you to feel the cool air as you inhale through your nostrils. And the slightly warmer air as you exhale back through your nostrils. Breathing in. Breathing out. Feeling the cool air as you inhale through your nostrils. And the slightly warmer air as you exhale back through your nostrils. Feeling your chest rise as you inhale. And gently fall as you exhale. Feeling the cool air as you inhale. And the slightly warmer air as you exhale. So your mind might have wandered. Yeah? See, again, that's the mind. Do I have my eyes open or is it closed? Is it wrong? Right? It's still here. And that's fine, right? You can... The thing about allowing yourself to focus on something is it allows your mind to focus on something. So when we're focusing on the cool air as you inhale, if you really think about it, you really have to focus to feel the coolness coming in through your nostrils and all the way down into your lungs. When you exhale, you really have to concentrate to feel the warm air through your nostrils as you exhale, the slightly warmer air as you exhale. Yeah? So you can have your eyes open or you can have your eyes closed. That's just the mind trying to distract again, right? Practice, practice, practice. So they're like simple little techniques, to do something like that. So, and I mean, like yoga might not be for you. It's not for everybody, but that's what worked for me but it was consistent yoga for a long period of time, 3 times a week. No one would stop me going to my yoga classes. That was my thing, right? It really, really shifted me in big ways. So, yeah, so with the eyes open or closed, the other message I want to say is that with, some people meditate with a candle, so it gives their eyes something to focus on, the flickering of the candle, and just focusing on the flickering of the candle. So while you're focusing on the cooler, it does take a lot to concentrate to actually feel the sensation of the cool air, yeah? Yeah, it does take a lot of concentration. So when you can do that, it is that, it allows you to really slow down. If you can do that for 10 minutes, that's what I'm saying, like 10 minutes is kind of manageable, especially when you're starting. 20 minutes is ideal, but when you're starting, commit to 10 minutes a day for 3 weeks and you will be different. You're relaxed. Yeah. It's very, what was that? A couple of minutes? Not even. So, you know, and if you can, you know, when you're feeling like, just go outside, stand in the sun, put your feet on the earth, feel the cool air as you inhale. Really concentrate on feeling the sensation of the cool air and the warmer air as you exhale. Yeah, definitely. Aquel, feels like you've got a lot of stuff going on there. A lot of questions I want to help you with. I'm wondering if you've watched my empath video. There's 2 videos that just come to mind as I've seen your comments come through. One is my empath video on YouTube. It's a long one, but it's very, very helpful. And also when you asked about feathers, the other one is the angel numbers YouTube that I've got. I'll just put the links in the comments for you. They will help you there. You're making me want to teach yoga again, in-person yoga. Love teaching yoga for that reason. I have been feeling the pull back to in-person classes. I know it's coming soon. Okay, so the empath video I just shared for you, and going to put the angel numbers one in. I'm pretty sure I spoke about feathers on the angel numbers one there. Alright, I'll just check these comments and I'm going to jump off live stream. Amazing and positive. Thanks, Richie. Okay, as I fell away from meditation for about a week, I felt chaotic, and lately all I keep seeing is 4s. Yep, that's your angels. Yep. It's like my spiritual guides are reminding me I'm supported, I'm okay, but I need to reach out. I was feeling really centered for a while, and then after I got out of meditation, felt chaotic and just off balance. Yeah. Yeah. And so the thing is, when you commit to something like that and you do, you know, say commit to a meditation routine, what that does is it shifts you to the next level in your consciousness, evolution, your vibration, whatever you want to call it. When you do that, stuff will come up. Yeah? So it's having the tools, the support, the knowledge to go, okay, cool, right? Something's coming up, because what that is when we, you know, feel really balanced, everything's good. It's like, oh, cool, we can deal with the next thing, right? And then we're like, oh, fuck, I don't want to deal with that. We kind of avoid all those things we've been doing, all those good things we've been doing. That's your calling card to go, cool, this is where I need help, right? I'm shifting to the next level, need to get help and work through that. Yeah, that's all that is. So we just don't want to face it. Okay, yeah, so Quell, so those 2 videos, highly recommend for you to watch. That's what your brain does too, Leanne. Yeah. Yeah, so really focus on the cold inhale and the warm exhale. It's an awesome one, because you really have to really concentrate to be able to really feel it. Yeah, it's really strong. You relax, yeah. Yeah, you're welcome. You wish you knew what you were, Aquel. Yeah, definitely watch that empath video. Will definitely, all your answers are in there for what you're asking. Salt lamp, tea light candle really is soothing. Yeah. So yeah, watching salt lamps are really good because they put off the negative ions, which help to rebalance our energy field, like the Himalayan salt lamps, which is the same as going to the ocean. They give the negative ions to rebalance our energy field. And yeah, the candle, you know, to give our mind, our eyes something to focus on. If you're finding it too much to close your eyes, give your eyes something to focus on as well. Yeah, Aquel. So I'm happy for you to message me. If you need more help, can talk to you about my one-on-one message my one-on-one consultations. So if you want to send me a message, that's fine. But those 2 videos that I've just shared for you, definitely a lot of information in there that will help with things that you've been asking. Thanks, Karen. You're very welcome. So as I said, check out my free Tuesday Tarot, which is available for you right now. If you go and check out my page, it'll be there. And I'm just going to grab, where is that? So I've got the 2018 psychic readings open at the moment. You're welcome, Aquel. Thank you. So everybody has that as well. It's again just the discipline and focus and turning up and trusting it's all there. So I'm going to share the link for the 2018 psychic readings. I have just put on a payment plan option for that because I got asked about it. So there is a payment plan option for the 2018 psychic readings for you available there now. And with the 2018 psychic readings, I'm really excited to be offering that this year, in a sense that over this 12 months I've stepped into doing audio psychic readings rather than writing, because as you can see I can talk a lot and it's just been over an hour and I'm like, oh, where did that time go? It's just like going into another world, but it's very natural for me. So when I do, channel your psychic reading, the messages that come through, those psychic readings can go from anywhere from 20 minutes to an hour. And with the 12-month psychic readings that I tune in every month by month, it's like having me as your personal guide each month for 2018. So there's actually 12 separate individual audio recordings that I do for your 2018 psychic reading, and they're delivered to your email. If you do the payment plan, well then you get them as you pay. Otherwise, if you just pay in full, then you get the entire year. There's also a bonus that I give an overview audio, so that's an overview of your entire year that's coming up for you next year. And it isn't about, like telling your future, because if you know me, that's not what I do, but definitely tuning into different options that can happen and then helping you and guiding you to the highest available option to be able to make 2018 one of the best years of your life, because if you're sitting here, it's probably not been the best in the past couple of years. So you're not alone in that, and know that you are the creator of your reality and you can change your destiny. Nothing is set in stone. So the link for the 2018 psychic readings are in the comments. If you've got any questions and you're watching this live stream on the replay, please comment below and I shall come back to this for sure and see your comments and respond to you. If you're watching on YouTube, please remember to subscribe. And if you think this video can help anybody, please share it in a private message with them, tag them in the comments, or just send it, share it on your page if you think it can help people. So keep it really real. Lots of love. Thanks for joining me. Namaste.